So here we go with your starting order for Heat 2 for Junior Rotax Group C versus D. On pole position is going to be Hungary's Armand Hamilton. Alongside him will be the UK's Kenzo Craigie in the 244 Boluet. And Timo Jungling will round out row number 2. And behind them will be Thomas Ingram Hill and Max Sidersky. Theo Palmer and Oscar Gushaw rounding out the top 8 with Archie Clark. Oh, and Oscar Gushaw is a non-starter, I'm afraid, so was due to start on the outside of row number 4. So it will be Archie Clark, Zain El Homosani, Hamza Al Fayez from Jordan, Tom Strehler from Latvia, August Reber, Knud Nielsen, and welcome along for her first ever trip to the Euro Trophy, Slovakia's Laura Bubenova, who, along with Zain El Homosani, are competing the FIA Academy Trophy this season. Sebastian Koch, Sky Parker, Antoine Grisel, Joshua Graham, and Ben Kaminski from Germany round out what will be a 19-strong grid. Now, one of the, just keeping an eye out, well, I haven't seen Armand Hamilton. Well, Armand Hamilton, there has been a further development, the 2-1-2 from Hungary. He is going to be starting for the dummy grid, it looks like. Oh, dearie me, not a great start for the driver from Hungary. So 7 minutes plus an additional lap. It's going to be Kenzo Craigie and Boluet that's going to lead the field effectively through into turn number 1. And Craigie will have the benefit of the doubt because there will be a place where Armand Hamilton is going to be sitting. So that is a real shame for Armand Hamilton. He really did need to be on the front row of every single race, and his first heat has not gone to plan. Let's keep an eye on the 212, because I'm sure he'll make his way through the field over the course of the 7 minute plus an additional lap race. So 7 minutes on the timer plus an additional lap. Junior Rotax Heat 2, Group C and D, ready to go racing. Into the tram lines we go. Revs rise. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out first time. We're underway. Kenzo Craigie keeps the lead. Going through into turn number 1. Timo Jungling was looking to wrestle around the outside of Boluet, and I think has already gotten through. Boluet is battling away in his own right, trying to get us. Oh, there's been a little bit of a touch on that was on the back bumper of Zain El Homosani, and oh, we got 2 off. And that is that Hamza? That's Hamza Al Fayez from Jordan. Oh, dearie me. Hamza Al Fayez battling away. Not too sure who it was with, but the Jordanian driver finds himself nose end in on the outskirts of turn number 3, or turn number 4. Armand Hamilton is out of the dummy grid and will try and make his way up the order. As they are 2. Oh, it's going to get a bit close coming through the final right-hander. And we've got to turn around again. And that is the 2-0-2 of Ben Kaminski from Germany. Having a bit of a rough introduction to the Euro Trophy this weekend. As some moves up and down the order. The 2-1-4. Of Sebastian Koch battling away with the likes of Thomas Ingram Hill, who is currently in 5th place. So it's all been musical chairs on this particular heat. And good to see the chat starting to get alive. Thank you to Emerson McAndrew-Uren, who's just popped into the chat, saying, come on, Team DHR. 5 minutes and a quarter still to go. And some battles all the way up and down the order. Zain El Homosani, around about 8th position at the moment for the driver from the UAE. Max Sidersky has dropped to 6th. El Homosani up to 7th. Archie Clark now 8th. Joshua Graham from 9th, well, what would have been 18th on the grid. And now there's some more change around. There's Archie Clark as it's side by side with Josh Graham and Zain El Homosani, and the 298 gets through. Had a nice chat with Josh and his dad Trevor this last night. And he said, well, Yeah, chain guard or chain or sprocket related issues caused the drama for the 298 yesterday in qualifying. So I said to Josh, well, you better get your elbows out. He said, yeah, I'm definitely doing that. And the proof is in the pudding, because now he's up the order from right at the back end of the field. So just over 4 minutes to go. Kenzo Craigie continues to lead. Boluet in second. Timo Jungling and Tom Strehler round out the top four. Thomas Ingram Hill in fifth, pulling away from Max Sidursky. As there's been a change a little bit further back. I think that might have been Sebastian Koch on August Reber for what would be 10th position. As they come through, sweep through. Oh, little bit of a touch between two drivers, August Reber and Sebastian Koch, and that's going to allow the 281 of Slovakia's Rola Bubanova to get through. And there is the 249, that's Theo Palmer, who raced here in the B&L Karting Series, got 2 top 10 finishes in the heats last weekend at the B&L Karting Series. But the top 4 just under 3/4 of a second apart. So Craigie's still leading. Who's got the fastest lap of the race? Armand Hamilton, now up into 15th, ahead of Sky Parker, the young lady racer from Treloghan in Wales. And Bubinova trying to get through on, I think that is Sebastian Koch just up ahead, who's taken 10th position back. Oh, and now it's getting a bit dicey at the front of the field as Boluet's got through. Boluet's got through on Kenzo Craigie for the race lead, with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on the timer, plus an additional lap remaining. Boluet leads, Craigie in second, Jungling third. Fourth, it's Tom Strehler. Thomas Ingram Hill rounds out the top 5. We now come across the line to complete lap 5 out of this race. And now Jungling pulls the trigger up the inside, through neatly on Kenzo Craigie. And now points ahead saying, right, guys, let's go for the race leader. 5 minutes down, 2 to go, plus a lap. Louet leads going into the left-hander here at turn 5. Now through into the sweeper at 6. Thomas Ingram Hill still trying to close on in. Armand Hamilton puts in another fastest lap of the race, up to 15th, 56.044 for the 212, representing Hungary. Still a minute and a half to go in this race, plus an additional lap. So Jungling needs to be a little bit closer to Boluet. 1 minute 20 remains. Lap 6 completed. Top 4 covered by just over 4.5 tenths. Laura Bubinova now stays in 10th position. Sebastian Koch has dropped all the way down to 15th place. Armand Hamilton, in the meantime, has got past Theo Palmer for 13th position. Still nothing to separate this top 4 going through into turn number 7. So through into the final right-hander, just over 30 seconds to go. It's going to be 2 more laps remaining in this second of 6 junior Rotax heats. Louet looks over his right shoulder. Here goes Jungling on Louet to take the race lead. Tom Strehler looks up the inside briefly, through on Kenzo Craigie. Thought better of it. Now into the left-hand hairpin at turn 4. And Zainel Homosani, who rounds out the top 9, but again the top 4 very much unseparated. This and 1 more lap remains as they go through into the technical section. Oh, that was a bit of a cheeky move there by Thomas Ingram Hill. That was absolutely textbook. Used the curbing through on turn 8. There was room there to get through on Tom Strehler. And now Thomas Ingram Hill gets through for 4th place. One more lap to go. The top three have started breaking away from fourth. Timo Jungling leads going on to the final lap by just over 0.12 of a second. Boluet in second place. Kenzo Craigie in third place has got the ringside seat. Thomas Ingram Hill being closely followed by his DHR teammate Tom Streller. Kenzo Craigie swept wide going through into turn 4 to get the run on Boluet, heading into turn 5. Now through into the sweeper at 6 for the final time. Still not an opportunity for Kenzo Craigie to get through. But Timo Jungling looks over his right shoulder very, very briefly to see where Louet and Craigie are. It's going to be close. It could be a run to the line coming out of the chicane as we're on the 9th and final lap of this race. Final right-hander now putting the pedal to the metal. Who's going to come out of the chicane first and take the win? It is going to be the United Kingdom's Timo Jungling that wins Heat 2 by just 0.12 of a second. Ahead of Boluet, Kenzo Craigie takes third position. Thomas Ingram Hill in fourth. Tom Streller, Max Sidersky, Archie Clark, Joshua Graham. Zain El Homosani will take ninth, even though he does have a 3-second time penalty for 2 wheels out of the tram lines when the start happened. So broke formation early. He will stay ninth, ahead of August Reber. Slovakia's Laura Bubenova will finishes in 11th, ahead of Armand Hamilton, who started from the dummy grid and finished in 12th position. Knud Nielsen, Theo Palmer, Sebastian Koch ran at the top 15, ahead of Sky Parker, Antoine Crisel, Ben Kaminski, Hamza Al-Fayez. After that drama in the mid part of the race, the Jordanian would finish 19th, with Oscar Gouchot a non-starter.